Sometimes in our lives, we can make plans for what we want to do, what we want to take care of and get accomplished during our days, weeks, even long term for the months and years. You've also heard it said that if you want to if you want to make God laugh, what do? Anybody know? You tell him your plans, because he already has plans for us in mind. You know how this goes. You make a list the night before, anticipating everything that you want to get done when you wake up the next day. Maybe you, like me, enjoy getting up with the sunrise most days, and it gives you the feeling, the old saying, the early bird gets the worm, that you get out there, you get stuff taken care of, you go through the day, and before you know it, it's lunchtime, time to party for a little bit, and then go back at it through the afternoon hours. I enjoy making lists. Those of you who know me always see my lists all the time, and sometimes my lists get a little too involved, or I'm just dreaming of the things that I want to get done, the things I want to accomplish, and it just turns into a long day, even though there was a lot of things on the list, but maybe I could only get a few done because some of those things get a little more involved than I anticipated. But as you look at your own list, sometimes the weather plays a major factor in your little project management. And as you can see behind me, as I'm sitting here after my cup of coffee, the sun has already come up, and it's somewhere behind the gloomy skies of Ohio right now. The clouds are out rather than the sun, and it rained and rained and rained. And some of the things I had on my to-do list, I made this recently. It says, to do today is mow the yard, weed whap, rake some stones, cut up a downed tree, move a pile of Luke junk so wifey no see it, reconnect gutter downspouts, fix leaning, falling apart mailbox, which is that direction, looks really bad. The missus says it needs fixed. Weed killer on those pesky weeds. Happy summertime. Trim the tree branch, water Pastor Katie's flowers and garden plants and whatever, and wash the vehicles. Well, the Lord had different plans today because it rained, and so now I have to work inside for the most part. Sometimes in our lives, we can make plans for what we want to do, what we want to take care of and get accomplished during our days, weeks, even long term for the months and years. You've also heard it said that if you want to if you want to make God laugh, what do? Anybody know? You tell him your plans, because he already has plans for us in mind. And remember from the prophet Jeremiah in the Old Testament, chapter 29, verse 11, it's a verse that's very well known, and many people, including like Katie, have made this their verse for life. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to give you hope and a future. And that's a promise, as Jeremiah is coined as the weeping prophet throughout biblical history. He was always finding complaints and bringing up situations to the Lord and constantly yelling out to God and asking, what is it that you're going to do about this? And this verse is a assurance, quite an assurance for the Israelites at the time and for Jeremiah, that they can rest in the Lord's care, knowing the plans that he has for them, that there is hope and that there is a future. And currently, with all of the crises around the world here in 2020, there are those times when we wish that we had more of a certain future, that the agenda that we have, the to-do list that we have, would not be interrupted by some things that come up in life or things that happened. Be assured, be reminded, and rest assured that God has all of this taken care of. Please remember that. And when you look down through your to-do list, and you see all the things that you really didn't get accomplished on this list, whether it be today or for the long term, look down through and see what God might have already taken care of. I see 2 here for today. He already took care of Pastor Katie's flowers. Yes. And he took care of washing the vehicles. So always remember to keep an eye out for the blessings that he has. Plans to give you hope. Plans to give you a future. Doesn't mean that everything is going to be a smooth ride. Doesn't mean that there aren't going to be interruptions that come up as you strive to make things happen and to do things your way. But always remember that he has plans for you for your future. Have hope in Jesus Christ and be focused on what God is doing right now to help us understand the future that is to come. It's all in his hands and in his care. Be reminded of that today. God be with you and God bless you in the days to come. Amen.